Let's talk about the advantages of being a business owner when it comes to taxes compared to someone who is just the employee. We have been encouraging people, especially immigrants, when we come to these countries of first world, first and foremost, you have to understand the financial and economy, money-related things which will make you either broke or succeed in these countries. But the problem we do have, many of us, when we go to school, we think about being employed, majority of us. And for immigrants, when you decide to move to these countries, especially in America or Europe or Canada, the first thing you compare the job you had in your country and how much money you made based on your job and how much you are going to make in the new country. And we get trapped into that system. Oh, for instance, I was getting maybe $500 per month, $1,000 per month. Now I can make it $4,000. I can make it $5,000, $7,000. But we don't go and learn how much in the end, when it comes to taxes, these big countries take the money from you as income tax. So with that, I want to break down a simple and easier distinction between being a business owner and being an employee when it comes to taxes. An employee is going to pay taxes directly from the money which you get from your salary. So for instance, if let's say you work per month, you get $5,000. Either they pay after every 2 weeks. So directly from the total amount you are supposed to be paid, if it's 5,000, let's say maybe 20% is going direct to the taxes. So that is, in the case of the United States, that goes to the federal tax. Then the state comes to take their portion. Then sometimes the local is going to take their portion. So there are different taxes. They are going to be taken from the main amount you have before anything else. And after all the deductions, the remaining amount is the one is going to be left over for you to use. So you might get 5,000, but in the end, after the taxes and all the deductions, you might end up with 3,000 or 2,500 possible. So almost near to 50% is already going to be in other deductions. But the larger portion of all the deductions in America is federal income tax and the state income tax. The total can be more than 30% depending on your tax bracket, but 30, 35, 40, it can go to that amount. And the remaining amount is the one you are starting paying the rent. The remaining amount paying for your transportation to go back to work. The remaining amount, food, paying utilities, paying for entertainment if you are going to do some entertainments, save. So it's just, they take a lot. But once you make a change from being an employee to become a business owner, the game is changing. And that's why you see a lot of people are complaining that, oh, these billionaires don't pay tax. It's not about being a billionaire. It's the point of being a business owner. The tax, how it's calculated for people who own the business is different from people who are employed. People who own the business, their taxes is different calculated. First and foremost, they are not going to be taxed from the income they receive. So if, let's say, per month, they get the total amount which comes to their account, let's say it is 10,000, they are not going to be getting the federal income tax, state income tax straight from the 10,000 which they have got. No. The government allows them to take all the expenses and the remaining amount, which is the profit, that is going to be taxed. Let me give the example and the breakdown to you. So let's say this person got 10,000 per month, but has a rent to pay for the office rental 2,000. You remove 2,000. Maybe they have employees, you'll pay 3,000. Almost 5,000 is over already there, is out. Then you pay utilities 500 or 700. You remove from there. Then you pay maybe for transportation to go to work or for conferences or whatever. So you take all the deductions. So after taking all the deductions, the profit from that 10,000, let's say is 1,000. So the government will tax their percentage from 1,000 instead from the amount they got right away. So they're going to tax their profit. But when it comes to the person who is employed, they are not going to take you, pay your mortgage, pay everything, then the remaining amount, that's what we are going to tax you. The government doesn't do that. That's why it makes people continue to be depending on the work, and once you are poor, it's easier to continue to be to that of poor, because the government will take the tax before you do your expenses. Before you go and use everything, they're not going to tax on the profit. But when it comes to the business, they are going to tax on the profit. And sometimes, if you don't get the profit, you don't pay tax. So, it's a way to do that. I don't mean that from today, just go and quit your job. No. What I want you to do is, while you are having your job, find a way to start doing a small business on the side. That means start learning slowly. Start getting some extra passive income somewhere. If you are spending 2 hours on internet, find an hour to use to do a research on Amazon fulfillment, eBay fulfillment, or starting a store on eBay. Do something on the side. If you have skills on editing, go on Fiverr, start doing there. If you have skills in writing resumes, you have skills in doing something, go there and start creating something on the side. So once you do that as a small business, you will start learning how the tax is working, and the more you grow, it will reach a point you don't see the value anymore of being employed. So for immigrants, we are emphasizing them, oh, this job is $15 per hour, this is $20 per hour, this is $40 per hour, is good, but we need also to start talking about the financials, about economy, about taxation, about investing, about retirement. In the future, we'll talk about the videos on what you need to do to invest it towards your retirement than having cash just sitting around. So those are the few things you need to pay attention when it comes to the taxes and how you can start leveraging these types of tax benefits for people who own the business. That means with that, we'll end up stopping saying, oh, these millionaires, they have to pay tax like us. No, these millionaires are businesses. They are not individuals. So when it comes to the business, you are taxing differently from the person income. So don't hurt the player. Those are the rules and regulations. Find a way to utilize and benefit from the same system these billionaires, these millionaires are benefiting from.